I'm gonna start this thing off with a hood soul groove. And everything I intend to talk about, man, the whole essence of what this is about, man, is about fighting a good fight, man. Training, man, to win. And when you fight the good fight, man, and really understand the fight, man, it's hard to lose. It's hard to lose. So, we're going to start off with a hero hymn tonight. And it says, I can't lose. A hero hymn tonight. This is how we going to start tonight. Little hood soul. Say I can't lose, man. Everything gonna be alright. Tonight we talk about position, man. Tonight we talk about position. You can't lose when you play your position and you know your position. Don't come out. Listen. You hear that hood soul, man? Listen at this. This hero training, man. Levels of leadership. Men of destiny, man. When you play this thing for real, man, you can't lose. Do you understand what I'm saying? You can't lose. I'm going to play one more jam and we're going to get into the message, man. This next jam is a jam that's real dear to me. It's a real hero hymn type of song, man. It's called Let Me Vent. Say, excuse me, can I have your attention? I got something that I need to say. Let me vent. And see, sometimes, man, we hold so much in, man. But there comes a time when you got to let it out. You got to vent. You got to have somebody to talk to. See, that's what heroism and hero training and fellowship and all this thing is about, man. Sometimes you got to vent. But I wrote a song about it. Like the here you go. It's real message, man. Yes. Excuse me. I got something that I need to say. Let me vent. So don't vent. Say, can I vent? When I made this, man, I had so much build up inside of me, man. I got something that I need to say. Let me vent. See, this is hero hymns. Venting. Don't venting. That's what I tell my brother. I keep feeling like I'm going through something. But really, y'all, see, I ain't going through nothing. I'm just living the life of a father or two. I'm doing like I'm supposed to do. I gotta play the game, man. What? It's like God resurrected, living one day at a time, trying my best to perfect it. But until then, for what you feel, see, that's a spirit from within, with a smile on my face. See my whole family shine, and I ain't lying. Man, it's that hero, him, good soul, laid back. Shit right there. Know what that is right there. Know what that is right there. You can see it, but you also can hear it. You also can feel it. And you might think I'm lying, but you can taste it too, guys. I swear to God I do. I do it just for you. Intertwined with my goals. I guess when it's real love, how your life flows. This is what I'm telling all y'all. I said she my gang. Wherever I'm weak, she's strong. We don't worry about a goddamn thing. I slang that thing. God Almighty. Hey, look, y'all. Not once but twice. We opened up heaven's doors and brought angels down. See, that's what this shit here is about, man. When you turn the key to understanding, man, the power of love between an almighty man and an almighty woman, man, you can open up the gates and bring angels down, man. And it ain't no shit you believe, man. This is something that you are. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what I'm showing you. Better than I can tell you. All I'm doing is looking in the mirror while I'm talking to you, really. I said we're killing ourselves and we don't really care. Because when we look into the mirror, we don't see a God standing there. You know what I mean, man? And I always say, man, I always say this, man. Hold on, we done with the mess. We done with the music. But I always say this, man, before I get into my message. I always say this. What do your God look like? And before you even answer, I don't even expect you to answer. But I want you to understand one thing. He got to look like you. If he don't look like you, I'm talking about like you. I'm talking about in the greatest imagination of what you would be, that got to be what you see. In woman, I say, what do she look like? And I'm talking to any woman that respect me enough to be giving me your attention right now. I'm talking to you. I ain't talking to every woman. I'm talking to the ones that's listening to me. She got to look like you. You can't have a God without a goddess. It say we created an hour. It take two to make a thing go right. So don't let nobody ever play with your mind for you to not have an almighty vision of yourself. So when I say, what do she look like? You think about that. And anytime you think about the almighty, you think about her. And watch how good she be to you. But tonight, y'all, we talking about reason. We talking about reason tonight. No, not reason. I'm tripping. I'm feeling good. We talking about position. We talking about position tonight. Yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm thinking about last week. We talking about position. Before I even go any further, I want to say, I want to give a shout out to my executive producer, my wife, Lakeisha. Not only is she the executive producer, she's also part controlling of the wardrobe. And she told me tonight, she said, baby, you need to switch your style up. So I'm rocking that lavender and that baby blue. You know what I'm talking about? Baby, this one's for you. I want to give her a shout out on that right there, switching my style up. But tonight we're talking about position. So before we go any further, let's get it straight. Alexa, what is the meaning of position?
As a noun, position is usually defined as condition with reference to place, location, situation. As a verb, position is usually defined as to put in a particular or appropriate position, place. For more, ask me to give you more definitions for position. Did that answer your question?
Yes. So,
Thanks for your feedback.
yeah. So, we talking about position, right? A particular place, a point that you're in, right? And I always say, man, the ones that know it all know nothing at all. The most we can do is understand how it works and know our position in relations to it and within it. And from that, it is as real to you as you real to it. And the more you understand it, you will say, I love it. Ooh, it feel good. If you don't know your position and you don't understand how it works, you say, I hate it. It don't feel good and it ain't right. See how this works, right? So let's talk about the position, right? First time I ever came upon the word position in my life that I could say, man, what was the first time you dealt with this word position? It was when I first went out for football. My whole life, I always couldn't wait till I played football. My mom and dad ain't never take me or commit to let me play Pop Warner football. So I always knew I wasn't going to never get to play football until I got to junior high school. But before that, all I ever played was throw 'em up, monk 'em up, and in the backyard. And I always knew that when I got the ball, I could run people over and I could score a touchdown, whether it was throw 'em up, monk 'em up, or whatever. If I caught the ball when they throwed it to me, I'm going to the goddamn touchdown, or I'm going to pick the ball up and I'm going to run the ball. So the only idea of football that I had in playing football was running the football to the touchdown and stopping somebody from getting in the touchdown. I ain't know nothing else outside of that, right? So the first time I went out for football, the coach say, what position you play? I say running back. Now, anybody that know me, or you can see now, I've been on the heavier side my whole life. So in football, they size you up. If you don't really know what you are, or you ain't confident about what you are, they place you in position from how they perceive you. So he said, well, go over with the running backs and go over there with the tight ends, right? So I say, all right. So I go over there and run a couple drills. And every time they line up with a quarterback with two people, and he wouldn't throw me the ball. And I said, hey, man, throw me the ball, man. And the coach said, you probably going to be a lineman. I said, man, damn that, I ain't no lineman. I score touchdowns, right? So I said, throw me the ball, man. So he threw me the ball one time. And I caught the ball and ran and put it in, ran. Like he said, oh, man, you're going to be a tight end. So I said, what's a tight end? They said, you block a little bit, but you can catch a pass. So long as he told me I can catch a pass and score a touchdown, I said, okay, well, that's what position I play. And I ain't have but one play. Hey, look, when the linebackers act like they gonna blitz, they dump the ball over the top. And I catch the ball and I run like hell. And in my imagination, I was Earl Campbell. That's who some old men told me I ran the ball like we used to play on State Street in the front of my grandma's house in the apartments. They had a field. And every time we'd be out there playing football, you know, older men be in the little apartment complex just watch. They said, boy, that run like Earl Campbell. So I imagine I was Earl Campbell and I ran the hell out the ball, and I'm going to run over anybody who get in my way, right? So it's the first time I encountered a position. And when I understood what position I was, I began to understand football and how football works from my position. And I was so good at my position. I knew I wasn't a quarterback. Hell, I wasn't even a running back. I just blocked a little bit and got them caught that ball. You see what I'm saying? Hey, that was my position. So that was the first time I dealt with position. And I dealt with it in sports. And I began to understand it. See, a lot of people don't realize this, man. This is why I see it's a correlation between people who play sports, especially in high school and all those type of things, where not only was it sports, but you had to have a certain type of discipline to be a part of this type of sport. See, if you look at, man, this correlation between a lot of these men, they are outstanding fathers. They are outstanding men. They are outstanding workers at work, teammates, because they understand there's very vital things in life, man, that make life work, right? And knowing your position is one of them. Knowing your position is one of them. What's up, Blow? What's up, man? I'm here talking about position. What's going on, brother, too? What's going on, bro, Junior? Hey, man, I appreciate y'all poking y'all head out tonight, man. We're going to get down, man. We're just talking some real talk tonight. That's all, man, talking about position. But one of the key things, man, in life is knowing your position and reaffirming your position throughout the process of growing, of living. Now, I'm going to give you one example, right? Best way I can give you is examples, right? So, 9 years ago, I moved in this house, right? And this is a story about position. And I just learned it this week. This is why this is my topic tonight. Because I got a lesson on position, right? I got a lesson on it. So, 9 years ago, I moved in this house. And when I moved in this house, I had to get a new insurance policy, right? So because 2 years prior to moving in this house and selling another house, on that house, I had an insurance claim. I got a new roof and I cut down a tree in my yard that was dead, right? Through an insurance claim. So when I went to buy this house, no big insurance agency would write me a policy because it's kind of like that's how the game works. If you had a claim in 2 or 3 years, they ain't gonna really mess with you, right? So when nobody write me a new homeowner's policy, I guess it was like I was a high risk. So I'm like, damn, you know, we all go through the emotions of when we don't understand how something works and we don't know our position. The first thing we do is get emotional, like, why they doing me like this? Why they doing me like this? But I ain't know, right? I said, damn, won't nobody write me no policy. So I went through Allen Tate Insurance. Now they are a broker insurance company. So they wrote me a policy, right? Through their agency. So what this is, when you got some, whatever reason that Allstate or Geico can't write you a policy. It could be your driving record. It could be you had an accident. It could be any type of claim that makes you a high risk. They ain't gonna mess with you. So your next option is to go to a broker. And what a broker is, an insurance broker agency, they will say, well, we'll take the high risks and put it on our end and we'll insure you. And then we'll take that insurance policy and go to the big ones, right? So, but then when you're dealing with a broker, your rates are going to be that much higher. It's like now you got a middleman, right? So I was in a situation when I bought this house 9 years ago, I had to go through a broker to get a homeowner's policy. You understand what I'm saying? So here it is 9 years later, right? Ever since the pandemic started, I always say this is the great reset. This was the great reset for everybody. It made everybody pay attention to what's real and who's real and how things work, because we all reaffirming our position in this shit, right? So for 9 years, I just stayed on the same insurance policy, paying that. Be real with you. I was paying $240 a month for 3 cars, 2 full coverage, 1 on my work truck, right? That's what I was paying. So here it is 9 years later. I'm reaffirming my position to say, man, I got to save money, man. I think I'm being high as hell. My insurance can't be this high. Every time I renew it, it's going up. So I reach out to Allstate and check on some rates. They saved me $120 a month on my insurance. Saved me over $1,200 a year on my home insurance, right? Now it looks like to say, well, damn, oh, they blessed me. But see, this was the lesson I got. This is why I'm doing this. See, I ain't in the same position I was in 9 years ago. See, 9 years ago, when I bought the house and was looking for a policy, see, I was in the position, I was in the posture of being a risk. Not to say if it was right or wrong, but just how the game worked. I was in the position of a risk. So they dealt with me as a risk factor. I had to get a middleman to come in between me and my benefit, now discounts, because I was a risk, right? Now, had I known I was going to sell the house within 2 years, would I have still done the claim? That's something I had to really ask myself. But 9 years later, I'm in a new position, but I was still playing the game from an old position that I wasn't even in no more. You see what I'm saying? You see how that works? So my point is, do you know what position you play, man? Do you know what position you in? When the last time you reevaluated your own position in everything? See, this always happens to me, man. This always happened to me. This is how you learn. This is how you teach. This is how you say each one reach one. We all going through the same thing, working to survive and to maintain. And the more and more we understand our position in this dirty ass game, we have our own advantages of maintaining. You understand? So just like when I see a young brother at work who just coming in, making good money. I see it in his eyes. Man, I ain't never made this much money before in my life. See, this that each one teach one, each one reach one. See, I ain't just saying this shit. I live this shit. And this is an example. So I meet a brother. I pound him up. What's up, man? I give him the lowdown. The lowdown is, it's an easy job, man. Hardest part is disciplining yourself to be here when you're supposed to be here. And do what you do while you're here. I say, it's that simple. I say, ain't nothing in here, what you can or can't, none of that. I say, just pay attention to what's going on. And get this money, man. And let the job be what it need to be. That's what I tell every young brother, right? So once I see he got a little something in him, or a sister, got a little something in him, coming to work, I say, hey, man, you ever join the credit union? They say, nah, what's that? Break it down to him. Break it down to him what a credit union is. I say, well, the credit union, every job, well, this job offers you one founders. I say, there's benefits to being in the credit union. There's interest rates on loans that you can't get from a regular bank. I say, there's benefits from being a part, and that's why there are benefits, because only certain jobs will allow you to get in certain credit union or family referrals. I said, but we're in a good credit union. I said, so you join that credit union, right? He said, okay, okay, okay. And I talked to him. I talked to her. So what's your aspirations? So man, I'm trying to buy my house, trying to get me a car, or whatever, right? So I break it down. I said, did you join the credit union? Yeah, I did it. I did it. I did it. I said, well, how much you think, I said, what kind of car payments you want to pay? Now, you know, and like I said, we just talk real talk, right? Real talk. So I said, well, this is what you do. I say, you take what it costs you to live in your car payment. I say, you add that up, divide it by 4. So you get paid every week. So whatever that is, you divide it by 4, you take that number, and you take that out your check, and you have that go to the credit union every pay period. I said, whatever the remainder after you take that out, I said, you fight the good fight with that. So that's what you make. He said, yeah. I said, so what you're doing is you're putting yourself in position to discipline yourself to not even expect what it really takes to live. I said, you put your car payment, you put your mortgage or your rent over there coming out, you never see it. I say, now all you got to do is work and discipline out what you see on your direct deposit. And you're in position to always have your mortgage and your car payment, but you never pay it. All you got to have is your discipline to be here when you're supposed to be here and capitalize and maximize what it's intended for. See, I'm showing them how to put themselves in position to fight this damn fight. That's what it's about. Just like in basketball. If you take a big 7-foot dude who ain't got the footwork and you put him out there on the 3-point line defending somebody low to the ground with speed, it's a mismatch because somebody is out of position. If you call an insurance agency, if you go into a car lot, if you go into anywhere and you out of your position and you don't even know your position, you ain't nothing but pimp bait. Pimp bait. So in knowing your position, another word, if you personalize it, is posture. Alexa, what is the meaning of posture?
As a noun, posture is usually defined as the relative disposition of the parts of something. As a verb, posture is usually defined as to place in a particular posture or attitude. For more, ask me to give you more definitions for posture.
What's up, Taheem? I love you, man. Good to see you on, man. Posture. I'm gonna give you real life scenarios, and they ain't no realer than I can give them because they my scenarios, right? So I tell the same young guys in the same position. I said, you ever bought a new car? Or you ever went to a car lot? He said, yeah. I said, tell me the process. So there was another show, Process. And in most cases, you go there, they meet you at the door. They say, hey, how may we help you? You say, I'm looking for a car. They say, yeah. Let's go sit down. And they ask you some information and get a little bit of numbers from you. And then they leave and they go over there to the room or to the counter where the other man at. And him and the other man have a huddle. And then they come back over there with you and they say, let me show you something. And then they take you around to all the things that they want to see and think that you can buy. And you limit your choices of what kind of car you're going to get by the options they give you. And 85% of the time, most people go to a car lot not knowing their position. They go there with an unsure posture. They go there with an attitude of, I just hope Jesus bless me with a new car today. Oh, I done prayed for a new car, and I'm going to go in this here car lot, and I'm going to let Jesus give me what I did. I'm going to let Jesus give me what I deserve. Man, I'll put it in God's hand, man. I'm going to go in here in the car lot, man, let Jesus do his thing. And so when you walk in there, oh, they see that posture. They ring the goddamn bell. We got one. Let's go. So I school my young brothers and sisters, and not even in so many cases young. Some people be old enough to be my daddy, but they don't understand, and they don't know their position, and they don't know process, and they don't know a lot of things. But it's all good, because each one teach one, each one reach one. We all we got, we all we know, we all we got, we all we need. He finna get right now, right? So I break it down to him. Now that you're in the credit union and you're ready to buy your shit, I said, now you go deal with the credit union and see what your limitations and what your boundaries are. See, that's another thing. See, in real understanding of position and posture, if you're standing right, see, you're all the limit of what you can get. It's always higher than what you're real enough to know you want. You see what I'm saying? So now when you go to the credit union and you deal with them on your loan, and they say, Mr. Perry, you can go get whatever the hell you want. I say, well, this is what I'm trying to pay. What is my price range in that? Between 26 and 34. That's your price range about what you want to pay. So that's what I'm going by. What do I want to pay? So now I know my position. I say, hey, and what's my interest rate? I mean, one time I had a 1.2, right? So I went to go buy me a Yukon Denali. That's what I wanted. So I went everywhere where they had them to find what I wanted. Wanted to buy me what I wanted. So every time I would go in there, and I would purposely go in there after I've been working in the yard. This that Jumpman magic shit in me. Shit type of shit I learned from my granddaddy. I would go in after I've been working in the yard or hauling junk or some shit. Going there looking like goddamn what? I come in here to buy me a goddamn truck. So they say, yeah, what I say? Yeah, I want to look at that Yukon. They say, well, let's sit down and talk numbers. I say, we ain't got to do that. I want to look at the Yukon and I want to know what y'all asking for it. Well, so now they realize, well, goddamn, this ain't one of the 85%. This ain't one of the 85% of people that come in here. Well, let's talk. I don't want you to talk about what your bank can do. Think y'all can beat a 1.2? Nah, I doubt we can beat that. Well, how much do you want for the truck? And how bad do you want to sell it? Let's make a deal. See, when you know your position, you're a bad man. You're a bad woman. You're bad when you know your position. You're bad when you're in a posture of confidence and assurance and realness. Can't nobody give you any goddamn thing. And can't nobody do anything to you. See, on the defense, my position was a defensive tackle. See, I played in the war zone. The war zone wasn't so much built on speed. The war zone was built on agility, power, force. So if you ain't well enough in your ass and you're down here in the war zone. About to fold you up, wrap you up, put you down. You in my position zone. Now we get out in the open field and you gonna juke. See, I'm out of position. See how this shit works. But know your position, man. You got to know it. You got to know it. And that's the only way you can affirm it and fight from it. And I promise you, man, I promise you, it'll start to feel good to you. You'll love it. You'll start to appreciate it. But if you don't know, man, you know. But yeah, man, it's been real tonight, man. I told little stories, you know what I mean? Like I say, man, position. You know, anybody got any questions, man? I want to say nothing, man, or say something. You know, poke your head out, man. I love everybody on here, man. Like I say, every Thursday, you know what I mean? Live at 9, you know what I mean? Hero training, levels of leadership. You know, we're going to go out, you know, with a jam tonight. You know what I mean? Right now, this is the soundtrack of my life. I just dropped this, man. I've been real hard on myself about this song because, like I say, I'm mixing it. I made the beat, and it's like, you know, I'm being real critical of myself, but I believe in myself, and I'm establishing my new position in this music shit. I ain't never been self-sufficient in a way that I'm being, so I'm doing this music from a new position. See how this works? And that's what this song is about. Let me cut my jam on. Hold on. Oh, yeah. I love this shit. Yeah, once again, man, I love, hey, man, thank you for everybody who got done left a comment, man. Show some love. If you still got some love to show, talk to me, man. If you got a question before I play this jam and you want me to knock it down, throw that shit at me, man. You know what I mean? Hell yeah. Like I say, every Thursday at 9 o'clock, man, you know, I just want to come shoot the shit, man, and talk a little real talk with my folk. You know what I mean? I don't try to get too deep. I don't try to get too anything. I just want to talk a way everybody can pick it up if they want it. You know what I mean? You know, and that's basically how we do it. But this is how we're going to go out, man. It is the soundtrack of my life, man. I love this shit here, man. Want to give a shout out to Pixel Play Game Truck, my man Kendrick James, man, the ultimate game truck experience. Want to give a shout out to Blow, man. Hey, they say Blow the hardest rapper in Charlotte, man. You know what I'm talking about, man? Hey, he put it down like that, Blow. I love you, man. Want to give a shout out to my brother-in-law, Junior. What up with you, Junior? I love you, bro. Hey, Taheem, I want to tell you I love you, man. Hey, man, hey, that felt good to hear you rolling with my daddy the way y'all was rolling, man. That felt good, man. And y'all holler at him about them yards, man. He cut them yards like a goddamn manicure and pedicure. Oh, believe believe it. Hey man, listen at this shit right here, man. Shine on them. Apologetically, I have grown into a better me. Oh yeah, I'm better than I used to be. I no longer let small things to me. I realize that I'm my own worst enemy. By my own way, and let my enemy lose the way. Day by day to a better me, a stronger me, on everything that I need to be. So I can stand in the mirror and see. And you know, that's what it's about, man. When you grow, man, when you grow, your positions change. Or some positions stay the same. But you gotta understand your posture within them. So if you're growing into a better you, man, reaffirm your position and stop fighting from that old shit you was in, man. You ain't in that shit no more. You in a whole new position now, man. You ain't got to put up with this shit you thought you had to put up, man. Your work been paying off. You done grown. You done grown, man. You ain't who you used to be. You ain't who you used to be. You understand what I'm saying? You done grown into something new. So with new things comes new position, comes new posture, comes new perspective. See how this shit work, man? First house I ever bought, I bought it with a 580 credit score. I had a 580 credit score back in 2000. 22 years ago, the last house I bought, I had a 730. Man, my position was goddamn different, man. My position was so wrong in the last time. They started coming up with the bullshit. But I knew they couldn't fuck with me. I stood in my posture. I knew my position. I knew. You ain't dealing with an 85% motherfucker who coming in here playing God games and letting y'all play them on me. No, I've been working hard, man, putting in the work, applying the discipline in life, understanding how this shit work, man, to fight the fight. Bow! I love this shit, man. I just be feeling good. You know what I mean? Check this back out. I'm better than I used to be. I no longer let small things into me. I realize that I'm my own worst enemy. So I moved out my own way and let my enemy lead the way. Day by day to a better me, a stronger me, and everything that I need to be. So I can stand